Happy Saturday and welcome to the Great Age Movement at Home Lab series in partnership with the Health Museum. My name is Elnaz Erbi and I'm here with you today. We'll be showing how to put together a last-minute Halloween decor. I created this look from the items I had available at home and some items I found last minute at the store. So before leaving house to go shopping for my decor, I looked around at what I had available at home, what craft items I had, and then what other decorations I had that I could possibly use for Halloween. At that time, I had no idea what style I wanted to go with. What colors I wanted to use. I just looked around, see what I had, and got some ideas. I went to a store to see what they had. They only had a very limited selection available. So if you are looking to create a decor for Monday, I know you have a short time and I know the stores don't have a lot of items, but if you look around carefully and you look at what you have at home, you hopefully can create a nice decor. So when I went to the store, I found few items within the stuff that they had that they were good for this witchy, spooky style. So I collected all of those. I also looked at other aisles to see what they had that I could use for Halloween, although those items were not in the Halloween section, like the feathers. But I had this from before, but also you can find them at different parts of the store. The flowers and a lot of other items that I will discuss with you. So first I show you how I put together some of these items that you see on this display, and then later we'll start putting them together on the table. So now I show you some of the decor I put together from the stuff I had, and I bought some of the decors from the store to create a Halloween look. For example, I had these two candle holders. As I explained to you earlier, I tried to look around and see what I had and what I could find at the store to create this look. So I had these two candle holders, and I had these candles from before that I would like to use because the color and the style goes very well with my decor, but I want to make this more Halloween-y. So I have already created one of these. So this is the candle I made earlier, so I wanted to show you where I would go. So this is what I had. It's coming up. Okay, so this is what I found, what I made earlier. So I show you how I did that on this other candle. So again, I looked around to see what I had sitting in the house. So I had these two ribbons from before. I don't know if they were from a flower I got or what. And I thought that, okay, that creates a good look for Halloween. So I wrapped it around the candle, as you see here. So I would do the same with this one. These two are not the same length, but it really is not important. And my candles still have this plastic wrap around them. So I just use tape for the other one to kind of stick it to the candle. you can use other things, but I didn't want to use a pin because I don't want to damage my candles. I would like to use it in the future too, and you are not gonna touch this. So as long as it just sits for one night on the candle, this is enough. So I start from the top, and I tell you why I do that. So I tape the ribbon to the candle and wrap it around and go down. So the reason I start from the top, I want my layers to cover each other from top to bottom, because I want to have some room to place these flowers on the candle. So when I get to the end, again, I get some tape and I just tape this to the plastic wrap that my candle already has. And I want this to stick out a little bit to just create a look that it doesn't look like a candle. So I use this. And then these flowers, I had them from before. You can find them all the time at Hobby Lobby, or I guess Michael's probably have these too. They're not specific for Halloween, and they are very handy. You know, you can use them for anytime you need a last decor. They're very easy to work with because they're like paper. So I get some of these flowers, and so I just like kind of stick them in facing out. I used about like 4 of them on this candle, so I go about the same for this one too. Okay, so here is my other candle. The other thing is I try to create a vibe and the ambience. I didn't want my decor to be you know, centered at one place. I wanted to spread it out a little bit, but I didn't have more items that they were going well for the Halloween decor that I could place on the floor, or you know, I got 2 pillows that they sit on the sofa, but besides that I didn't have anything else. So one of the easiest things that you can always do, it's very inexpensive, very easy to use, are the ornaments or any sort of decor that you can hang from the ceiling, and they give you that ambience immediately. So what I did, I found these ornaments at Michael's. I got this cat ornament and the ghost, and I'm gonna combine them. They had other sort of ornaments too, but these were going very well with my style. So what I would do is I'll show you how I did one of them. So for the ornaments, I got fishing string. I tied here. Actually, I would double tie. You don't want it to fall. And then you can hang them from the ceiling, or your ceiling fans. I would do them from the ceiling because I can spread them out the way I like, and they're not centered again at one place. So you go, you get on a ladder, you go and measure it however long you want it to be, and then add just a few more inches because you can easily work around it. For example, if you want this to be this long, you cut it from here, you add a few more inches, and then you would double tie so you can create a knot. With the fishing string, it unties itself, so you always need to like double tie it. So that's what I do, and then I would use pushing pin, and I put it through this knot, and that's how you secure it to the ceiling. So this is it. The other thing I did, I had these containers from before that I usually like put different things like candies and nuts and stuff, and I thought that they were going very well with this style, and I'm gonna use them for the candy, for the Halloween candy. And again, like I just walked around the store to see what I could find. I found this bird, which I thought that it would go well with the colors I'm using and also with the style. So I show you later when we get to the table how I used the bird. Then I also found these flowers at the store. They're not, I think they're probably for Christmas and not for Halloween, but I thought that they were going well, and I could maybe find other things to make it look more Halloween-y. So again, I had this vase from before, this red vase at home, and even if it was not red, it wouldn't make a huge difference. But so I got these flowers and these branches, as you can see, and then also these. So the red one, that was like almost the last one left, and so I started putting together this vase with putting the red flower and then the black ones, and then I got 5 of these flowers. It's usually better to get an odd number for your flowers, so you can place the last one in the center. So what I did, because they're like too long and it's not easy to cut them off, and I'm doing this last minute, so I'm trying to save time, so I just like bent the bottom, and that's how I put all of this in the vase. It actually kind of helps because it kind of secures everything in one place. You don't want to have a lot of like loose space in your vase, otherwise you need to use some sort of rocks or something else to keep everything at one place, or a foam, and I didn't have time for that, so I just bent these and put them here. That's not how they came like kind of close. I like opened them up and kind of face them outside. I place the leaves at the right place so they look nice. So here we are. And this flower arrangement looks kind of messy, and it's kind of by purpose because I wanted it to look spooky and Halloween-y. I didn't want it to be very like nicely put together. I wanted it to be kind of messy, so it's kind of purpose behind that. And I think these red flowers really help with that. So here is our table. I'm planning to design my coffee table for Halloween. These are the ornaments, as I showed you before. I hang them at different heights, and these are the candles that we decorated, and the flower vase. So I start from the first layer, which is our tablecloths. So I didn't have a black tablecloth. I just had like a couple of fabrics and some shawls that I used that they were black. And I also asked my friends if they had anything. So this is actually not a tablecloth. I put together like different pieces and layered them up. So I have like a black surface. I just had this fabric on the top that I used, and then I have this tray that I've had it from before, and these like glass containers that I use for candy. So when I was like searching through my stuff, I also found I had 2 sets of feathers, this one and this one. So what I did, I just like put it around the tray and pushed some of the feathers through the side of the tray, so I secured them so they stand up. Otherwise, if I was putting them down around the tray, because the tablecloth is black, you probably couldn't see them and it didn't have as much as of a spooky effect. And also with the pumpkins, so I bought these pumpkins hoping that I had time to spray paint them, but as you know, it's a last minute thing. I didn't get a chance, so I decided to decor them with something else. I was planning to paint them in like red and black, and I had like ideas that I didn't get a chance to do. So what I did, again, the same flowers. I don't see another one here. The same flowers I showed you before, the paper flowers. I just like placed them on the top. I didn't even glue them, I didn't even tape them, and they're just like sitting here because they have the stem attached, so you can just like use that to place them up here. So that's what I did. And I used the feathers again. I used push pins to place the feathers on the pumpkins, and these pumpkins I bought them from Michael's. They're like very soft actually, so you can like use push pins on them, and then it's very cool because anytime for like every year you can like use different decors on them, and then maybe take them off and use the pumpkin for next year and design it however you like, or like paint them. I use these push pins, I use like different colors so you can hopefully see them, and that's how the feathers are standing like upwards around the pumpkins, and like created like a you know, place for the pumpkins. And so when I was looking through my other stuff and other stuff that I purchased, as I showed you, I purchased birds, and that I thought that they would be handy, so I placed the bird up here. But I also found this, you know, I fell in love with it when I saw it in the store, and it was like one of the last few pieces they had. So I thought that I would use it somewhere. I would like to put it somewhere that you can see, but as you can see, because my canvas is a kind of black, most places I cannot find a place for like good contrast, so you cannot see it as much. So I think putting it on the pumpkin, it's a big white surface, is a very good idea. So I'm gonna like take the bird off, put this here, and I have a tape that I've already put on the broom that I'm gonna use to stick it to the pumpkin. Tapes are like the easiest thing to use. If you would like, you can hot glue or use whatever you want, but I think the tapes are very easy to work with. So here is the broom. So now I'm finally getting use of my broom, and you can see it. I probably need to adjust this later because it's just standing funky, which I do that later. For my other pumpkin, you can be creative and use any of the stuff you have sitting around. What I think I would do, I was planning to add more flowers for this pumpkin too, but now that I'm looking at this, I think it's a good place for my birdie to sit on. So I have the bird, the broom, the flowers, everything, and the feathers. So I have the vase. So I'm starting with the tallest items I have on the table. Assuming that because I have a sofa behind me, most of the people would look at the table from that side. I'm gonna place the taller items in the back and the shorter ones in the front. and that's how I'm gonna go. If you have a setup that you can look at from all different sides, it really doesn't matter, and you can place the taller items in the middle and the shorter ones around them, or just like spread them around the way you like. So I'm gonna place I placed the pumpkins in the back because these are like one of the biggest items I have on this display, and then the vase on this side, and I have these two candle holders. I'm gonna figure out where to put them based on the other items I have. So these are, I have already put other items I have back here for you. I found these very cute pillows that I'm using. I know they're not going with the color theme I'm using here, but I really love them, and they're perfect for this sofa. So that's when I told you about like creating an ambience. That's one of the things. Other items I have here are I found this cage yesterday too. A black cage is not necessarily a Halloween decor item, but you can easily like turn it into a Halloween spooky item. So what I do, I have the candle. So if I just use it like this, it's still Halloweeny, but I want to like give it like make it looking more Halloweeny. So what I would do, I also found this flower at the store. I'm gonna like place it in. It's kind of symbolic, but I love to like use it for Halloween, like having a flower in a cage. When I was buying the birds, I was thinking about putting the birds in a cage, but I think this flower is bigger so you can see it better, and it's more like a flower in a cage, more Halloweeny. So this is the other item I have that I'm going to use. I think I would probably put this at the front because it's shorter comparing to the other ones I have here. And I have these long-lasting flowers again from before. I think they probably go well, so I put them here for now until I find a good place for them. And also I had these two from before that I'm going to use. Probably since I have the tray for the food and a snack and the chocolates, I'm gonna like put them on the tray. If you want to place food on your table, I definitely can. I leave some empty spots for that. And then I found this crow that is very cool. It has like, you know, feathers and stuff like everything else I've used on this table. I'm trying to figure out where to put it, as again I see like anywhere I put it you cannot notice it as much since it's a darker color, so I need some sort of lighter color base for it. So I had these white coasters from before that I'm gonna use under this crow, so see, you can see it now a lot better. But before that, I need to figure out what to do with my candles. So my tray is almost done. Looks good to me. So what I would do, I'm gonna like put one of them here, so create a good balance with the vase and the pumpkins. And since my tray, my vase is like tall enough, I'm gonna place that at the very front, so I have some sort of height over there too, but also at the same time doesn't block the view of the vase. So I put the crow here and I placed like 4 coasters on top of each other, so to give it some elevation. As you can see, so here it is. And I have this skeleton from before, from previous Halloweens. It's been just sitting around, and I think I'm gonna place it at the very front. So it's going to be like the front row of the table. And it's again another catch from the store that I found, and I thought that they like go very well with what I have in mind. So since it's like one of the smaller items, I place it at the front, and then I'm gonna go like walk around and look at it from the front too. But I've already done this one, so I know what I was looking for. But you should always just like walk around and make sure everything looks good from different angles. And then I also found these at the store. I didn't have anything to place inside of these boots, so I'm gonna just put them here as they are. Honestly, the table is already finished and put together, and it's good enough. Even though you don't have these extra decors like what I found last minute at a store, it's totally okay. I think it is still is a good setting for your party, or if you're just doing it for yourself. And then it has some empty spots if you would like to place some food or extra candles. Extra candles are always nice, especially for Halloween. If you want to have a darker house, candles always look better with less lights. But I'm gonna use more items just to show you, if you have different things than what I have, what you can do with them, and give you just some ideas and inspirations. So I had these candle flowers from before. I would like to use them somewhere. I think this crow needs like more attention, so I'm gonna like place it next to this. And as you can see probably in the camera too, it already gives it a better like pop, like it pops out better, you can see it better, it's more noticeable. And I'm gonna place the other one for now here next to my pumpkins. But maybe I'll move it later. I also have this spider from before. This was just sitting around. So I'm gonna like put that here because I want this to look more Halloween. Maybe it's just like going down. Maybe better, okay. And anything as small like that, we can always like tape them, glue them, or just like place them on whatever you have in your house and create a Halloween look. I usually, if I don't have to, I just like these flowers, I just like place them here, because later I can next year use my pumpkin for something else, and nobody's gonna like move the pumpkin around, so they're not gonna fall. They're like sitting here still. They're good. I also found this garland at this store. I thought that it looked very cool. It goes very well with my style. Again, I can use it, or I can just like skip it. I could hang it from somewhere, or I probably just like place it at the front of my, like one side of my table. If you don't have stuff like feathers like mine, you can always buy different garlands. And if you cannot even find these, I don't have them here, but I found like red flowers exactly like this at a store that doesn't matter what time of year you go, they have them. You can buy them, separate the flower from the stem, and make your own garland. I'm gonna show you that, put it at the front of my table, and show you. My table is ready. I hope it could give you some inspiration. Thanks for joining us. Happy Halloween and enjoy your weekend.